Pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot.
Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Gwilym.
Hi everyone, this is Fee.
Today we're going to teach you some ways to make small talk in the elevator.
Yes, that's right. In particular, we hear a gentleman offering some help to a mother in a lift.
Okay, let's translate it first.
对话第一遍。
需要帮忙吗？
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
还好，你孩子特别乖。
没，吵死了。
哦，对了，你到几楼
5楼，你住3楼吧？
是啊，到了。先走，改天聊。
好，再见。
第二遍。
需要帮忙吗？
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
还好，你孩子特别乖。
没，吵死了。
哦，对了，你到几楼
5楼，你住3楼吧？
是啊，到了。先走，改天聊。
好，再见。
第三遍。
需要帮忙吗？
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
还好，你孩子特别乖。
没，吵死了。
哦，对了，你到几楼
5楼，你住3楼吧？
是啊，到了。先走，改天聊。
好，再见。
Hey, that's an awesome name. Hope you got that trademarked.
Well, I tried, but it got refused.
And did you fight it? Man, you can't put all this money into your brand without knowing that your brand is protected.
Well, the trademark office refused it. So what can I do?
Actually, you can do a lot about this. The attorneys at trademarkers.com are dealing with refusals all the time, and in many cases can salvage your trademark by adding disclaimers or arguing against objections from the trademark office. And did you know that if there are other earlier trademarks that pose an obstacle to your registration, there are ways to require them to actually prove actual use and have them cancelled if they are not being used? Just contact the professionals at trademarkers.com. With a network of attorneys in more than 60 countries, we make sure your brand is protected. Trademarkers.com.
Okay, let's translate it first.
需要帮忙吗？
Do you need any help?
需要帮忙吗？
Do you need assistance?
谢谢你，我都习惯了。
Thank you, but I'm already used to it.
带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
Taking the kids out of the house is always a bother.
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
Thank you, but I'm already used to it. Taking the kids out is always a bit of a hassle.
还好，你孩子特别乖。
I'm sure it's fine. Your children are very well behaved.
还好，你孩子特别乖。
You'll be fine. Your kids look very well behaved.
没，吵死了。
No, they're not. They're extremely noisy.
没，吵死了。
Nah, they're really noisy.
对了，你到几楼？
Oh, by the way, which floor do you want to go to?
对了，你到几楼？
Oh yeah, what floor do you want to go to?
5楼，你住3楼吧？
The 5th floor, please. You live on the 3rd floor, is that right?
5楼，你住3楼吧？
The 5th, please. You're on the 3rd, right?
是啊，到了，先走，改天聊。
Yeah, that's right. Okay, this is my stop, so I'm gonna go. Speak later.
是啊，到了，先走，改天聊。
That's right. Okay, well, this is my stop, so I'm gonna leave. Let's speak another day.
好，再见。
Okay, bye-bye.
好，再见。
Okay, goodbye. Okay, so some great ways to make idle chit-chat in the elevator.
Whether you make it sound like idle chit-chat is a bad thing. It's good to kind of make some small talk with your neighbors.
So how does he offer help? I guess he's holding the door open because this mother is trying to get a pram into the elevator.
That's right. He says, 需要帮忙吗? A great phrase that you guys should all learn. 需要
To need
帮忙
help.
吗?
Question mark.
需要帮忙吗?
Do you need assistance or help?
That's right. 需要帮忙吗? She says, thank you. 谢谢你. 我都习惯了. I've got quite used to it.
So this 习惯, second tone, fourth tone, means to get used to or get accustomed with.
So maybe someone will ask, so how's life in China? Are you getting used to it? You could say, 我都习惯了. I've gotten quite used to it.
And the do here means already. I'm already used to it.
Then she says, 带孩子出门总是很麻烦. Let's break it down. 带孩子
To take the kids, children.
孩子出门 to leave the house or to go out. 带孩子出门总是
This is the adverb to mean always.
always 很麻烦 very troublesome. Now you might be wondering, why is the mom complaining about, how troublesome it is to take her kids out? It's often the custom to be self-deprecating in order to be more humble or in order to sound more humble. So in this case, she's like, oh, I'm quite used to it. It's quite troublesome, but I'm quite used to it. So let's have that sentence one more time. 我都习惯了，带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
Now he sees the kids as being quite quiet or well-behaved. So what's the word for that?
乖 Guai is kind of an obedient and well-behaved kid, and it's often a very good compliment to give children. Wow, 你好乖. 你孩子好乖. In this case, they're especially well-behaved. 你孩子特别乖. So just now when she was being self-deprecating, it's your cue to give her and her kids a compliment. 还好, 你孩子特别乖. So it's no bother to me. Your kids are so well-behaved. Now this 乖 can also be used to describe pets, right? Maybe in your 小区, maybe in your community, there's also someone that has dogs, right? Dogs that are especially well-behaved. You can be like, wow, 你的狗狗好乖. Your dog is so well-behaved. Or if they're especially well-behaved, you can say, wow, 你的狗特别乖.
Now she says 没有 or 没, they're actually very noisy. Noisy to death.
没吵死了 No, 没有吵死了 Oh, they're actually so noisy. And in order to exaggerate an adjective or a noun, you can add 死 to death, right? 吵死了 In this case, oh, they're actually so noisy. Or if you're super hungry, you can say 饿我饿死了我快饿死了 I'm so hungry I could die. Or if it's very hot, Gwilym, how do you think we could make that?
热死了.
热死了, that's right.
And 吵 isn't just an adjective, it can be used as a verb. So you could say, don't be so noisy, 别吵.
That's right.
Now the guy remembers to press the button, so he says, which floor do you live on?
你到几楼? The literal translation would be, which floor are you getting to, or which floor are you arriving at? 你到几楼? Another way to ask which floor someone wants to go to if you're in an elevator, you could just simply say 几楼? If you're looking at someone and the context is clear, 几楼, maybe they're quite far back in the lift and you want to offer to press the buttons. Gwilym, 几楼?
And this 对了 is an exclamation when you've suddenly remembered something.
Oh yeah, all right. Oh yeah, 对了.
Now she's on the 5th floor and she remembers or guesses that he's on the 3rd floor.
你住3楼吧? 你住3楼吧? You live on the 3rd floor, right?
So when this ba is at the end of a question, it's kind of a leading question which expects some sort of confirmation. For example, you could be like, you're a Chinese person, right?
你是中国人吧? Gwilym, 你是英国人吧?
I guess you're English, right?
你住3楼吧?
I presume you live on the 3rd floor, is that correct?
没错. Yes, in this case, he says, 是啊, to confirm that he lives on the 3rd floor. And he says, that's me. 到了. I've arrived. Now, when you want to say goodbye to someone, you can say 先走. 先走. I'm off now. It's another way to say goodbye. 先走. Then he ends the sentence with 改天聊. Let's chat another day. 改天聊. These are all excellent phrases to say goodbye. So let me repeat that one more time. 先走. I'm off. 改天聊. Let's chat another time.
Yeah, 聊 is from 聊天, which means to chat or talk. And 改天 is another day.
All right, this lesson is full of those handy small talk phrases we started with. Do you need any help? 需要帮忙吗? We also learned how to compliment children, right? Wow, your kids are so obedient. 你孩子好乖. 你孩子特别乖.
And if they're very noisy, you can say they are noisy to death.
吵死了. This is also a good phrase to kind of complain, mutter under your breath if you're at the cinema and people are chatting in front of you. You can be like, 哼,吵死了.
Finally, functional words for elevator etiquette. For example, which floor are you on?
你到几楼 or simply 几楼?
And finally, to end the small talk, you can say, okay, I'm off. Speak another day.
先走,改天聊, in which you could reply, 再见.
Okay, well, how about we listen to the dialogue 3 more times?
好的，那我们再来听听今天的对话。对话第一遍。
需要帮忙吗？
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
还好，你孩子特别乖。
没，吵死了。
哦，对了，你到几楼
？5楼。你住3楼吧？
是啊，到了。先走，改天聊。
好，再见。
第二遍。
需要帮忙吗？
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
还好，你孩子特别乖。
没，吵死了。
哦，对了，你到几楼
？5楼。你住3楼吧？
是啊，到了。先走，改天聊。
好，再见。
第三遍。
需要帮忙吗？
谢谢你，我都习惯了。带孩子出门总是很麻烦。
还好，你孩子特别乖。
没，吵死了。
哦，对了，你到几楼
？5楼。你住3楼吧？
是啊，到了。先走，改天聊。
好，再见。
Hi, my name is Lucy, and I wanted to tell you about some of the changes that we are making to our podcasts. So, in the past, we maintained one podcast in which we have been publishing all our episodes across all proficiency levels. But we listened to a lot of feedback, and you were telling us that it's not really beneficial for a beginner to have advanced level podcasts in the mix. And likewise, intermediate and advanced learners do not really benefit from beginner lessons. Therefore, this August, we will split our feeds in separate feeds: Chinese Pod Newbie, Chinese Pod Beginners, Chinese Pod Intermediate, and a Chinese Pod Advanced, which will be in Chinese only with no English. So, why am I telling you that? It is because if you are subscribed to this feed, you will suddenly see podcasts ending. And that won't be because Chinese Pod is no longer publishing those, but because you need to pick your specific feed. For any more information, or if you have any feedback on our podcasts, we welcome you to visit ChinesePod.com/podcasts.
Fee, do you like to make idle chit-chat in the elevator?
You keep on saying idle chit-chat. It's nice to kind of make connections with your neighbors, right? That's how you start a friendship, through idle chit-chat. There's a thing I want to point out in today's lesson. Often Chinese people will say like, oh, no, my kids aren't that good. Or, I'm sure in many cultures this is the case. But when they say that, it's your cue to compliment them. As a kid, I remember this was quite confusing because people would be like, wow, your kid's so well behaved. And mom would be like, oh, no, she's not well behaved at all. And I'd be like, hey, I am well behaved. 我很乖呢. All right, guys, we hope you found today's lesson useful. 那我们就改天见。改天聊. Let's chat another day and we'll see you soon. 再见.
As usual, Chinese Pod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 4033. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/4033 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/4033.
Chinese